Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mac from Venture Addicts, and if you haven't watched us before, we own a video production company that allows us to travel, make money, and work with some of the most influential brands in the world. Today, I kind of just wanted to rant about a guy I admire. His name is David Rock, and he works for the Gary Vaynerchuk. And I wanted to talk about who he is and why he matters to us creators. If you're watching this, you're probably a creative of some kind, whether that's photo or video, really anything like us. And you're probably on that spectrum of monetizing your creative passion. Somewhere between flat broke and shooting photos on the side, all the way to full-time travel videographer. The point is, you probably want to make money at some point, whether it's a little on the side just to supplement your income, or possibly working full-time as a creative, whether it's travel or not. Or maybe you just want to create on the side, but you know, for us personally, we wanted to get to a point where we could create full-time and make it something that created a living for us. The story and tactics of D-Rock are something that are going to help you get there, and it definitely helped us get there. It started in the summer of 2014 when D-Rock, like many of us, was good at creating amazing visuals, but was doing it out of his apartment, doing his own side projects, freelance, and just trying to make it work. He admired Gary's business acumen, much like we still do today. He had a dream to meet Gary after seeing him speak. He didn't know what would come of meeting him, but he set his sights on just making it happen. But the problem is, do you know how many people want to meet Gary Vaynerchuk? Literally tens of thousands. This is where D-Rock decided to stand out. He decided, I'm going to utilize my talents to make something for Gary, but not only am I going to make something amazing, I'm going to do it for free. I'm going to give my time with absolutely zero expectation of anything in return. What's crazy is that nobody up to that point had made that offer, and all it took was a few persistent emails to get that at-bat that would ultimately change his life forever. I say that because after D-Rock made that first video for Gary, he got a full-time job offer to be the personal creative for one of the most influential business minds out there. So why is this guy's story so important? It's important because he's a phenomenal creator, but do you want to know the truth? He's not the best videographer in the world. What does that mean? Why would I say that? Because there's much better creators than him, and I for that matter, that will never make it out of that dead-end job to create full-time. There's three things you have to realize when you're a creator. There's a lot of us. The barrier of entry is very, very low, and it is extremely hard to be special. A decent camera, a Creative Cloud membership, watch a few YouTube videos, and bam, you're an influencer now. So what do you do now? This is all kind of depressing, right? It's actually not. It's amazing news because you don't have to be the best creator in the world to work with some of the most influential people and businesses in the world and get paid for what you do. You apply the D-Rock principle, start knowing the right people and offering value first. And yeah, that even means working for free. I'm sure you've all heard the age-old principle, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, in our industry, that's more true than you can even imagine. That's because there's more creators than ever. Why? Because it's fun creating content, but you have to remember, you aren't that special. And yeah, sure, there's the anomalies that have millions and millions of subscribers because they're freaks of the content world and they're insanely talented. But let's face it, that's not you. And it's not me. I'm not pretending like I'm one of those. And take my personal story, for example. When I dropped out of nursing school, I didn't know what to do. I mean, Jacob and I would travel. We'd take photos and videos kind of on our phones and GoPros, but I was nowhere near being good enough. I found the biggest house I could in a nearby neighborhood. I wrote a personal letter extending an ask for any work that I could get for free. And that's how I found my first mentor. He was a successful immigrant from Lebanon who taught me how to buy and sell supercars of all things. Now, that has nothing to do with creating, but what it did do is it let me get out of my comfort zone and find somebody successful that could help drive my path towards creating a business that would ultimately result in what we're doing today. 6 months after meeting that guy for the first time, the team and I actually made a video for Gary Vee for free as well. Now, Gary may not have seen it and said anything to us, but what did happen is it circulated around online and a successful businessman saw it. 2 weeks later, we had our first client and we were in the video production business. Don't get me wrong, we were good at video, but trust me when I say we weren't the best. We put ourselves in front of the right people at the right time and we said the right things. You have to realize that businesses get pitched all the time asking for money in exchange for their videos. And don't get me wrong, you should get paid for your creations if you're good enough. But I promise you, the people that succeed in our industry are not always going to be the best creators. It's going to be the ones that are willing and capable to grind a way to get in front of the right people and convince them to give them an at-bat. And it's probably going to include working for free for a period of time. So I challenge you to do this. Find the most successful person you can and ask if you can work for free in exchange for their mentoring. Bonus to this challenge, do the job even if it's not something creative. For me, it was buying and selling cars, and that's not something that's glamorous. I was literally selling used cars, but I knew I wasn't going to be that forever. I was creating on the side, and I was learning from somebody who knew how to create life on his own terms. And what was more important than maybe getting a single check for a single video that I could have made for the guy was the knowledge that he gave me that allows us to make videos for some of the biggest businesses in the world now. The point of this challenge is that you're going to get in front of influential people that are going to help you succeed. Most, if not all, of our business success I can attribute to this early stage principle. And I don't care if you're struggling, middle of the road, or even in a good spot where you're comfortable. I still challenge you to do this. It's going to help you. Take it from D-Rock and I. Work for free as long as that person is a valuable connection to your future. Sorry if this video was a bit ranty, guys. Please subscribe, leave a comment of what you think of this principle down below. This is Mac with Venture Addicts, and I will see you guys later.